Hey there, welcome back. I'm Lito. It's a common misconception that we often mistake ourselves for being more rational than emotional, when in reality, our emotions hold more sway in our decisions. That's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, if you're new to the channel, big hello to you. Do hit that subscribe for more of what I cover in this channel. Stuff about leadership, HR, OD, and personal effectiveness. And for all of you who've been with me before, thank you so much. Your support keeps me going. Now, today we're going to talk about something really interesting. How our feelings often have a big say in the choices we make. Understanding this can help you and I make smarter decisions, get to know ourselves better, and connect better with the world around us. Today's video is based on the common misconception that humans are primarily rational beings, making decisions based on careful analysis and logical reasoning. We often believe that we're in control of our choices, driven by cold, hard facts. However, the reality is quite different. In truth, emotions play a much more significant role in our decision-making process than we realize. While we may perceive ourselves as logical thinkers, our emotions often act as a silent, powerful force behind the scenes, influencing our choices without us even being aware of it. Here are 5 examples of what I mean. Number 1, emotions' hidden influence. We have this notion that emotions often operate in the background, subtly guiding our thoughts and actions. While we might consciously believe we're making rational choices, our emotions can still be driving our decisions without us fully realizing it. Let's say you're shopping for a new car and have a budget in mind. You research various models, you compare prices, and you make a list of pros and cons. However, when you finally visit that dealership, the sight and smell of a brand new car you've always admired may trigger strong positive emotions. You end up buying a more expensive car than planned, driven by the emotional appeal rather than your initial rational analysis. Second reason, emotions primary in evolution. Emotions have a deep evolutionary root and have been crucial for human survival. Our ancestors had to quickly respond to threats and opportunities in their environment. As a result, emotional responses are hardwired and sometimes can override more deliberate, rational thought processes. Example, let's say you're hiking in the woods and suddenly hear a rustling in the bushes. Your heart races and you instinctively run away from the noise, even though rational thought might have led you to investigate it cautiously. In this case, your survival instincts and the emotion of fear override rational curiosity. Number 3, rationalization after the fact. When we make emotional decisions, we often engage in post hoc rationalization. This means we come up with logical sounding explanations to justify choices that were primarily driven by emotions. And this can create the illusion that we're making rational decisions even when emotions were the primary drivers. Here's an example of that. Let's say you've been unhappy in your job for a while, but you haven't taken action. But after a particularly frustrating day, you quit impulsively. When asked why you quit, you come up with a rational sounding reason like better opportunities or maybe work-life balance. In reality, it was the emotional frustration that pushed you to make the decision. Number 4, limited self-awareness. Many people have limited self-awareness of their emotional states and how it influences their decisions. Emotions can be subtle and complex, making it challenging to recognize their impact in the moment. Let's say you're in a tense negotiation and you notice your heart racing and your palms are sweating. These physical signs of stress indicate strong emotional reactions. However, you proceed with the negotiation without recognizing the emotional stresses potential impact on your ability to make rational decisions. And finally, number 5, complex interplay. In reality, decisions are often a complex interplay between emotions and rationality. Emotions provide important information and motivation, but it's rationale that helps us weigh options and consider long-term consequences. So the balance between the two can vary greatly depending on the individual and also the situation. Let's say you're considering a career change. Your passion for a new field, which is emotional, drives your desire to explore this change. But rational thinking is also involved as you research job prospects, consider financial implications, and weigh the pros and cons. The final decision is a balance between your emotional aspiration and rational evaluation. So you see, the examples I just gave highlight how emotions often operate beneath the surface, influencing our choices in ways we may not fully recognize. Acknowledging this reality and developing self-awareness of our emotional responses is a crucial step toward making more conscious and balanced choices that align with our goals and values. Our emotions can be subtle and pervasive. They can color our perceptions, sway our judgments, and nudge us toward certain actions or decisions. Even when we think we're making rational choices, our emotional state can be the driving factor guiding us in a particular direction. So with our emotions playing such a subtle yet powerful role in our choices, what can we do to navigate this emotional landscape effectively? The key is to develop our emotional intelligence and awareness. By understanding our emotions, recognizing their impact, and learning to balance them with rational thinking, we can make better, more informed decisions in all aspects of our lives. Here are some practical ways to get started. Number 1, develop emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EI, involves recognizing, understanding, and managing and effectively using our own emotions and those of others. It's a valuable skill for navigating life's challenges, and so investing time in improving your emotional intelligence can help you. Practice self-awareness to understand your emotional triggers and work on strategies for regulating your emotions in various situations. Emotional intelligence will equip you with the strategies to regulate intense emotions, allowing you to remain calm and think more clearly during challenging situations. Number 2, embrace emotional awareness. Acknowledging and accepting your emotions is the first step towards taming your emotions and directing your logic. When you acknowledge and accept your emotions, you create a foundation for better thinking. Our emotions often signal our needs, values, and preferences, which are essential factors to consider in any thinking. However, cultivating emotional awareness, such as through regular check-ins with your feelings, journaling, meditation, this one allows you to develop a deeper understanding of how your emotions influence your choices. And finally, number 3, balance emotions and logic. While emotions provide important insights, it's essential to strike a balance between emotional responses and rational thinking. Ask yourself how your emotions might be influencing your choice and whether logic supports the decision. Through this approach, you ensure that your choices align with your values while also acknowledging and respecting your emotional responses. And that brings us to the end of this episode. To recap, we've learned about the importance of developing emotional intelligence, also embracing emotional awareness, and finally, striking a balance between our emotions and logical thinking. All of that because we now know that we are more emotional rather than rational. If you found this episode valuable, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and family, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on upcoming episodes. As always, keep exploring, keep learning. Until next time, take care and high five.